Hey everyone, I'm TonyScapone, and once again, this is not the Epic Gamble. This is Ad Nauseam Tendrils. This is a different version of Ad Nauseam Tendrils. I know last time we played the Grixis version with Burning Wish, sometimes called Burning Ant. This is, Bug or Sultai or whatever you want to call it. No one's calling it 4-color just because you have Past in Flames. There are 4-color lists that do run green as well as Burning Wish, and we're going to get to that on the next video, but this time we're going to focus on just pretty much straight up Bug as long as you're not counting Past in Flames. So I do want to start with, again, the same caveat as before. I am no Ad Nauseam Tendrils expert. Anything that I say or do in the video here, I want you to take it for whatever it is worth to you coming from me, right? This is primarily me, looking from the outside in, right? I'm not alien to the deck, like I said last time. I have played plenty of Ad Nauseam Tendrils in the past, or saying plenty is probably suggesting that I've played more than I have, but I've watched plenty of content. I used to watch Cyrus all the time. I was certainly interested in the deck when I first started becoming interested in Storm, and I have played it enough that I am very familiar with it. I'm just no expert. So some of the things that I say or think of, maybe you've already thought of, or maybe you've already tested and it's wrong. Again, take it for whatever it's worth. And there is so much, right? Like I ran it through a league last night, and just having played it, on the other video and talking about it and stuff, there really is a lot to talk about, which was actually kind of making me nervous before I started this video, because I'm like, once you start thinking of all the things that you want to bring up, you're like, I know I'm going to forget, this or that I want to mention, but whatever. It's just the video. We'll go through what we can, but just to kind of go through the basics. If you missed the last video, or if you're unfamiliar with Ad Nauseam Tendrils, this is a Storm deck that is ultimately trying to kill the opponent with Tendrils of Agony. We do have other routes to victory, such as Empty the Warrens. Obviously, it's not ideal because we would rather kill them on this turn, but it can get around, say, Veil of Summer, if that's a thing, or if it's just a more effective card to kind of dodge counter magic. We might be bringing it in some instances. But yeah, we have lands, obviously a dual and fetches package because we're running blue for cantrips, which work nicely with the fetches. We have some fast mana in Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, and kind of what this deck is all about is Cabal Ritual being one of the rituals. So the idea is we kind of take it slow, right? We cast some cantrips to smooth out our draws. We fill up our graveyard, and then we have Threshold for Cabal Ritual, and we clear the way with things like Thoughtseize, Duress, and Veil of Summer, right? And then our action being tutors that wind up leading us to very clean, deterministic lines with Past in Flames, where we can cast rituals, wind up Hellbent either naturally or through Lion's Eye Diamond to go get Past in Flames, cast Past in Flames, flashback our rituals, flashback our tutor, and go get Tendrils and kill them, right? We also have Ad Nauseam, which is probably a more frequent line than Past in Flames, but I noticed on my last video someone said, because I laid out like, oh, plan A, plan B, that sort of thing, and somebody said, well, plan A is not Past in Flames, plan A is Ad Nauseam. I don't know if that's true and has changed, but I'm pretty sure that's not correct. Maybe it's such that Ad Nauseam is a more frequent line, but I wouldn't say it's plan A, right? Plan A is deterministic, kill you with Past in Flames, and we know we don't have to worry about anything because we've already seen their hand because of Duress and Thoughtseize. This deck tends to cast Ad Nauseam reluctantly because Past in Flames may be either too risky or slow, or whatever it is. You're hearing some echoing? So anyways, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but Past in Flames is plan A, right? Like, maybe you Ad Nauseam more often because it's just the quicker and more accessible plan, and if it's available, you're gonna go for it. But like, I don't know, plan A is kill your opponent. This deck is not particularly good at, you know, after casting Ad Nauseam, like it's not the Epic Storm, right? It has a lot less zero drops. Like it has a lot. It's not just a win button. Like sometimes this is a set up an end step Ad Nauseam with Dark Rituals. Sometimes it's Ad Nauseam, draw a bunch of cards past the turn, win the next turn. Sometimes you do just win with it. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not like the Epic Storm where you just cast this card and 95% of the time you win or whatever. You know. But yeah, so the difference with Bug, from Bug to Grixis, obviously is that we're moving into green for primarily Veil of Summer, but also Abrupt Decay out of the board and Carpet Flowers out of the board as well. At which point we kind of dip into Wishclaw Talisman to supplement not having Burning Wish and just to have more tutors. It works nicely with Veil of Summer. I think it is... It's a very good card. It doesn't go into your graveyard, but Burning Wish doesn't either. I think the deck does work better having a couple of these, as opposed to like kind of more the classic days where you didn't dip into red for Burning Wish and this card didn't exist, and it was like you had to find Infernal Tutor pretty much. At which point you really like almost had to utilize your Lion's Eye Diamond, especially if you add Naws, because now you're drawing all these cards and you have to go Hellbent. The card can get a bit awkward, right? So Wishclaw is certainly nice to have. You can do kind of like tricky stuff with being able to get Veil of Summer with green up as well. So that's kind of the advantage of running green, basically having Veil of Summer and having more reliable removal out of the board. Now, I know I think I complained about it in the last video, and I'll continue to complain about it now. And actually, looking through some lists, it looks like people have been downsizing a little bit on removal. I think with Grixis, people mostly go off of the Demonic Tutors builds, whereas the Green Splash, y'all are, testing a lot more. And I think you've kind of heard the call to, like, stop playing 10 plus removal pieces in your sideboard. So I've come down quite a bit on removal, and this is kind of that spot where like maybe y'all have tried this sort of thing and it's just not enough, and because the thing is, like, there is a bunch of space to play with in your sideboard, right? And the next kind of list we're going to go through obviously is the actual 4 color that have Burning Wish and green, and I've seen a number of them with even just one Burning Wish, which might seem ridiculous, but I think the whole reason for it is to have access to Peer into the Abyss. And there's just this room in the sideboard. You're not playing like a big Wish package. You're not actually a Burning Wish deck. Even the Grixis version isn't looking to run 4 Burning Wish, so it's like, and it is ridiculous to run 10 plus removal spells. So you have these options. I think Fluster and Surgical are very obvious and good ways to go about that. You could even, if there's a ton of Reanimator or something, play a larger number of Surgicals. You could even play Ley Lines, like they are castable. Obviously, they're really bad with Ad Nauseam, but I don't know. The point is there's a lot that you can do. Plan A is Tutor Chain. Get out of here with that. Yeah, it depends on the matchup. I mean, yeah, we're talking whether, I don't know. We can talk about that more later. I won't get too much into the plans because that's neither here nor there. So I'm running very like broad removal, right? Bounce with Chain of Vapor and then Abrupt Decay, uncounterable removal. Are there spots where like there's going to be Leyline of the Void multiples and we can't get rid of them? Like, sure. You can't beat everything all the time, and I think running 10 removal pieces is an attempt to do that, and I don't think it's right. Maybe there should be an Echoing Truth in here instead of an Abrupt Decay. Like, there's options. I'm not saying this is some sort of optimal whatever. I just, it's what I've thrown together here. I did like Otawara in the other videos. I don't think I actually got to use it, but what I like about it is any of the matchups where Wasteland is not a problem, you can just literally slot it in for Island with extremely low cost. The only cost in that situation would be if you actually run out of blue fetchables and need to be able to hit Island with your fetch, which I suppose could come up, but it's almost free in a ton of matchups to just bring in the Otawara. And most of the matchups where you're not worried about Wasteland and you'd be bringing it in, it's also good to have bounce effects as well. Except, like, I guess, like lands, you know what I mean? Which, against lands, you're going to want more lands anyway, so you can just bring it in alongside Island. Like, I thought it was a very flexible card. I'm sure you're noticing that there's no Boseiju here, and that's certainly a reason to splash into green, and I think it's a totally reasonable card. I don't think it maps out as easily as Otawara. I've seen a lot of it. I'm sure it's been used to fair success. I don't know how I feel about the main deck Boseiju that I've been seeing here and there, but it costs like $70 on Moto, and I wasn't about to buy a few just to showcase it for one video. Having said that, it may very well not even be optimal. I don't know. I know y'all are trying it out. Some of y'all like it. Some of y'all don't. Whatever. But that's my reasoning for not having it in here. So generally speaking, I think in lieu of a bunch of removal, we should be playing some interaction like Surgical and Fluster. And we should probably, if we're going to run green, play some Carpet of Flowers. I've heard some controversy about the card. A lot of it did make sense. Maybe it is wrong. I think the general argument against it was like the matchups where you traditionally would want to be bringing this card in. Mana isn't necessarily a problem, and thus it's kind of like mute to be playing it. At the same time, card is very powerful. It also fixes for you. Like, I think it's fine to run it. I don't know if it's optimal. I don't know if you should. I don't. But we're going to run it today because, like I said, we do have a ton of room. So, and then that leaves us with Pier and Empty. I've heard of certain matchups bringing in Pier in place of Ad Nauseam, like Delver, stuff like that. So I think there's plenty of spots where we're going to want this instead of Ad Nauseam. And then Empty, of course, in matchups where they're going to have Veil and like against Delver, I'm going to bring in Empty and Pier because I think Empty is a fine plan against them, and I think Pier is probably better than Ad Naus, although it is close. Like, obviously your life total is being pressured, which is why you don't want to run Ad Naus, because the game grinds to a point where you're probably going to be like below 10 life by the time you manage to resolve this card. At the same time, they are a tempo deck that's going to be cutting you of your mana, so it's tough to resolve a seven mana spell. But I think mana is more accessible as the matchup plays out than your life total, so it makes sense to bring in Peer into the Abyss. I think that's about it. I probably missed something that I wanted to talk about, but I think I've also been talking for too long. So we're just going to actually jam a league at this point. All right, here we are, round 1 against Mana Von RX, and we have a, I suppose, reasonable hand. It's not like spectacular, but we have cantrips, we have mana, we have 4 land drops, which is less than ideal, but let's try it out. Oh, I know what Tutor Chain means. I'm just saying I've never seen it referred to as a Plan A. I was told a while back, Plan A, Past in Flames, because it is the most often and deterministic line that is accessible. Ad Nauseam being B. C Plan being, I think at the time it was Empty, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe Tutor Chain and then Empty. But I always saw Tutor Chain fairly low. So that's going to be a Ponder, no Shuffle. They mold to 6. We are probably going to play Preordained. Do we want to do it off of Island? Do you want to get Island off of Misty so you have access to Swamp off of Delta? It's really the only like fetching considerations as far as colors that you have to worry, or not the only, but probably the primary one. Do I want to worry about Wasteland? I don't think so. I think Wasteland would slow their development as well, so I think I'm fine with just like going Trop Preordain. So we need action and mana. We're probably going to wind up finding enough mana. We have a ton of mana in the deck. I don't think we want to like put a Cabal Ritual into our hand. We already have a Veil. At the same time, it could be quite good. It could, depending on what their hand is, this could be like the card that we want. At the same time, I think I want to actually find action. Good morning, pizza. It's just the best and often safest, but it's not always possible. When it is, this is the plan. Yeah. Okay, so we found more mana. We have too many lands. I don't think they're going to be a dazed deck. At the same time, I don't see us not playing a fetch land, so I might as well play around it. I'll play Brainstorm. Alright, we found our mana. Plenty more cantrips to probably get us there. Think we can afford to throw back some lands. Let's fetch, play. Let's go get Underground Sea. Yeah. I think I just want to play a Preordain. Alright, bunch more mana that we don't need. Is there a reason to play Petal? I don't think there's a good reason to do it. Okay. Could I get an Infernal Tutor, please? They have a Fluster in their main deck. Probably a good call on Moto, right? So we found more mana. I think we want to Ponder just to... I know we're not drawing a card, but... Okay. Just found actual Ad Nauseam. Whatever. I probably should have played the Petal, just to reduce Storm for their Fluster. Problem is they're probably going to have multiple pieces of interaction. Like but if they don't, then they can't really counter Veil. And we should be able to get there. Yeah, like this hand would have played out really well if we had just actually found a tutor instead of more cantrips. Wow. A Bant Triome. Let's play Misty. So, are we supposed to cast the rituals with their LED in play and then try to Veil their Fluster, or do we just start off with Veil? I think going in on the mana is technically better, but at the same time it's all in. So, like, if they have Force plus Fluster, we're fucked. Whereas, if we Veil, they force it, we know that we can stop and just try to find discard for next turn. We can also wait, but I don't think that's advisable. Veil on their turn to Ad Naus, so we can get a draw. Yeah, oh, risk pending. Yeah, I mean, they have pending, right? There's no way they don't have pending. Plus, there's going to be more Storm on their turn. I think I just like casting Veil. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. I guess we weren't supposed to play Petal first, but I think I just like casting Veil. So let us know if they do have a Force. Okay, they do. Now if we go Storm 4, 5, 6, Fluster would be 7. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 is 6, so we can't pay for Fluster. Oops. We can end step it. Do we want to play LED? We can also upkeep it. Are we supposed to upkeep it? Or does it still get flustered? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can upkeep it with LED in play. That should be able to play around Fluster, right? 1, 2, 3. Fluster would be for 4. We can even just Ritual once. We're going to be fetching this like no matter what, so guess we get basic. They just let it go. Okay. Question is, how far do we want to take this? We gotta watch out for our Thoughtseizes that we're probably gonna want to use. They might just have a Veil in hand, which, yikes. If we hit a 4-drop, we're probably in trouble. So we have a bunch of mana, and a Veil, and a Thoughtseize, and lethal. Double Thoughtseize with 5 life. I think we stop here. Do your worst, OP. We probably should have waited end step, because we're just gonna get wrecked here by a... Oh no, they didn't have it. I was waiting for the wheel. That would have been wild. Well, I think we got him. We took the chance that we probably shouldn't have. So, Let's go Thoughtseize. Okay. Let's take Brainstorm and go Thoughtseize. OP just doesn't want to play. They just don't want to play as such. They scoop. All right. Wow. All right, so you don't want to bring in Fluster because it gets really awkward. I know that this is for interacting with your opponent, not for protecting your own combo. We do want Carpet. Could get awkward, but I'm going to play it. We probably want it over like, Rain of Filth. Do you bring in removal against like control decks? I don't think so. Is Pier going to be better than Ad Nauseam? Probably not, because we don't want to draw cards because of Narset. We don't want Chain. We don't want Surgicals. Empty has Merit. They might have Veil, so I think we want Empty. I mean, Abrupt Decay is reasonable. Is that really what we want to be doing with our life? Abrupt Decaying. What's up, Fox? You want Decay for sure? Yeah, I'm not used to being so slow, so I guess you pretty much just invite the matchup, like, permanents get dropped. So I suppose that is reasonable. So that means we want to be not preordaining. We want all of our protection. I mean, how many cantrips do you go down? Do you just start cutting Ponders at this point? You can probably... I want the Island over Otawara, right? I mean, we're not worried about Wasteland, but we're probably worried about Back to Basics. Is that true? Yeah, maybe 3 is excessive. Cut Petals. I guess that makes sense. Certainly makes Ad Nauseam worse. But this is the type of matchup that you're not, like, required to win on the spot with Ad Nauseam, so 1 Cabal Writ, that makes sense too. You think I just want Otawara? Well, now we've cut too many cards. Just bring the Preordain back in? Or just 1 Petal, 1 Cabal Writ comes out? It seems fine. We have 4 seconds, so. Yep, definitely a problem with Carpet. It's never a problem. Well, I think it's reasonable to say, like, is it an optimal card to be running? Like, the power level is obviously high. It's typically going to be very good, but are you having trouble making mana against control decks? You know what I mean? At the same time, it's repeatable mana. Right, so I guess that's why like going down on rituals makes sense with Carpet. Petals and Cabal Rituals. In fact, I probably should have done more of that, but it's alright. Cantrips, we'll take it. Normally only board in 2. Yeah. Alright. Are they playing a Carpet? Oh. Yo, I didn't even realize they're on the Sky Noodle. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Moto needs to have a bigger prompt for companions. Like, it needs to come up on the screen in front of you so that you say okay to it. Like, I just played an entire... I'm an oblivious person, clearly, but I just played an entire game of Magic not seeing it. I should have noticed the 80 cards, but it's tough. When you're playing especially a big brain deck like this that you don't have reps on and you're streaming, it's like noticing these things is tough. So these are good. I do want to find some lands, but we do want Thoughtseize. I don't think I want the Natural Tendrils. LED is fine. So I'll draw these 2. I'm not going to play Petal, and depending, I could Thoughtseize, but I think that is a bit aggressive. So they are on like the 4-color deck or whatever, so we're definitely worried about permanents. We're certainly worried about Green Sun Zenith, although I suppose this deck is not quite as worried about Collector Roof as what I'm used to. At the same time, we do kind of need LED. Not need, but Ave is the only reason to consider Carpet. Yeah. So we can Brainstorm hoping to spike off of the 2 unknown cards a fetch land. Or we can just ponder for it. I think we're supposed to ponder for it. Carpet, that's interesting, but not good here. I think we shuffle. Okay. Am I supposed to Petal Brainstorm? I think I am. Or just pedal Thoughtseize. I'm worried about permanence at this point. They have 5 cards, 1 mana up. Would you pedal Brainstorm, pedal Thoughtseize, or pass? Yeah, I didn't like I said, I didn't even realize they were on Yorion. I wouldn't have brought carpets in. So they play all sorts of basics and abundant growth and yeah. Yeah, me too. Honestly, I think I'm supposed to pedal Brainstorm. We could lose to ourselves here. But if they counter it, that's fine. If they don't, here we go. I want to be able to Thoughtseize here. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be able to. I think I'm off this pedal in one of these rituals. Should I be off Cabal Ritual just because this is enough mana anyways? And then I don't have to worry about endurance, really. I think I want both lands. Make another land drop next turn. Pedal Rip because we can Thoughtseize and kill. Oh yeah, we can just kill him right now. Okay. Land in what? Cabal Rip back? I guess we can keep that. Now this is enough mana, right? So we can put Cabal Rip back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Thoughtseize 8, 6. Then we can get Pass in Flames, flash everything back. More than enough. 6, 4. Right, we have 9, 8, 6. Pass in Flames is 2, 5, 7, 5. Tendrils. So we have enough mana. That's more than enough Storm. Yeah, I don't need to open myself up to endurance. Let's go. I don't think the land really matters too much here. Am I supposed to Thoughtseize first there? Yeah. We should have Thresh, yes. But if they have endurance, then we come off at Thresh. And Dark Ritual gives us enough mana anyways. Okay, so they're forcing the Thoughtseize. They have 3 cards left. I mean, just going to go for it. Call their bluff. At this point, it's Natural Tendrils. 4, 7, 8. Fortunately, we do have to crack this. It looks like they have double interaction. Yep. And doubled up. Okay. No piff? No, there's a piff. Or did I just literally miss it? I just missed piff? No, it's in there. Yeah, and this is why we couldn't really wait. I mean, they had it, so good for them. Think we can go on to the next game. What did they get? Brainstorm. It is an LED. I mean, take a couple draw steps. Right. Yeah, you typically don't. I mean, we had a natural kill there. There's no reason to piff. You piff when you've discarded and seen their hand, and it's deterministic. That's forced negation. Alright, we're miles behind. Game 3 it is. So let's come off the carpets. Back on pedal. Let's come back on everything. I'm trying to decide if I like Otawara over Island. I think I do. Like, if we get back to basics, sure, you got it. I think that's about it. They can. But we can also play around it. 3, 6. Look at turn 1. Empty for 8. But, that's assuming they don't have interaction. Could keep it, hope to spike a green source. I'm tempted simply because I can't think of many. Like, most draws are good here. But, I don't know. Easy keep? Alright. My inclination was to keep, but then it seemed like irresponsible. But my thoughts are just most draws in the deck are good. Cantrip's fine, land is fine. Any mana except like Cabal Ritual is fine. I guess if we draw LED, guess it's pretty good with Past in Flames. They mulled to 6. I don't think it's awful. I don't think it's an easy keep either. But discard's a good draw. Spin the wheel, right? We're here to gamble, okay? I was not okay losing to Force, as described by just seeing that we could empty. We had a kill too, you're saying? Yeah, that makes sense, since we have Past in Flames in hand. So Duress is fine. Do we still have the line that you were talking about with this Duress? So if we go Writ, we have 3 we can Duress, right? We wind up with 2 +3 from the LED is 5. We put Tutor on the stack. Crack LED, get what, Cabal Writ. Then we have 3, 6. We have our whole hand in our graveyard. So then we can go up to 6, flash back, go to 3. We're not going to have Threshold on the backside, but that doesn't matter because Tendrils is in the yard at that point. So that's 3, flashback is 4. So that's enough. Is there enough Storm? Storm would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not enough Storm. But we can empty. You can get LED. But then you can't flashback LED. And you're getting the same amount of mana. Oh, the Tutor gets LED? That makes sense. That makes sense. I keep forgetting we have this naturally. So we wind up with 1 for the Dark Ritual, which goes up to 3. We use 2 of it to Tutor for another LED, puts us the 1 LED back to 4. And Tendrils, is that enough Storm? Writ is 1, 2, 3, 4. Flashback is 5. Ritual's 6. Tutor's 7. LED's 8. Tendrils is 9. We're off by 1, right? I think we're off by 1. What am I missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because we're just getting Lion's Eye Diamond with the Tutor. I'm missing that Lion's Eye Diamond, right? We're not getting Cabal Ritual. Yeah, that's more than enough. I'm missing the initial 3 that we're getting off of this Tutor being on the stack. I think. Or the Storm from it, at least. Yeah, because I keep skipping to the point where we have flashback Past in Flames and 1 mana left over. Oh, Cabal Writ the first time. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're just going to counter this. That makes sense. Or not. You let it go, OP. Could let it go. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. All that thinking and then get wrecked. Well, they were probably like, okay, they thought way too long, and then they cast Dark Ritual. So, draw Dark Ritual. Hey, this game is easy. And they're F6. I mean, we're still gonna dress because we have it. Okay, so go like this. Make. Oh wait. So we can't go for Cabal Writ on this one, because we don't have the red for Past in Flames. So we have to go for LED, which is fine, because it's the same amount of mana. We have 2 Dark Rituals anyways now. Game is easy. Don't even have to Tutor. Don't even have to Duress, but we did. We did those things. Easy game. Another month. This hand is awful. It's going well, Rick. It's going well. Alright, so we have cantrips. I don't think we want this Tendies. Joker 10 289. Delverino. So we're probably getting basic island. That's not bad. Go for the pre or Dane. So we need to find Tutor and Threshold. Looks like we'll be able to achieve Threshold. We don't need these. Thoughtseize is, I mean, depending on what their hand winds up being, this might be a necessity. A little worried about not having basic swamp. Another Delver plus a land. That is not Wasteland. They only have 4 cards in hand. That was okay. Let's use one of these now. Lots of dazes. They do have the Wasteland. Should we just try to beat Daze? I think so. Please don't. Okay. No, I said no. Damn it. Alright, so we're getting Wastelanded. They have a Daze. They did not flip, which is very nice for us. They're going to waste us. And we have some time, but we do need to find mana and action. Rainstorm is good. I'm not going to wait on it. I'm fine with them dazing. They want to pick up their Mystic Sanctuary. The heck, man? Why you gotta say no twice? Like, maybe that was wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to wait on that Brainstorm, but I don't think so. Darcy, 2 cards in hand, one of which is a Mystic Sanctuary. So we don't have to worry about force. There's our mana. Oops. We are looking for action. So we still don't have to worry about force. Unless they're trying to, like, next level us. Or I suppose they had one unknown. It could have been force, and then they could have drawn a blue creature. Nope. We have perfect information. Come on. Tutor. Hey. Told you. Game is easy. Are we supposed to Thoughtseize for Storm? Probably. I don't think it really matters. We have more than enough of, like, everything. We have to get red with this. We do have a blue for flashing back a cantrip. Flash this stuff back. Cabal Writ. Dark Writ. And why not some extra Storm. Get the tendies. To be fair, we cantripped a bunch and still hadn't found a tutor, so we were bound to hit one. Plus a cantrip was pretty likely to find us one. Alright. So we want empty. Oops. We want Pier. Well, not oops, because we want those. We don't want Ad Naus. Is there anything else we want? You don't bring in Abrupt Decays, right? I think that's it. So we cut some amount of these. Like, cutting petals kind of works around their one of no rod pretty well. I think Cabal Ritual is, like, Carpet's just better. So maybe I'm supposed to just do this twice. Do I just get rid of Rain of Filth? I don't know. I don't think Preordain is... I think it's helpful to smooth out our draws. Like, we're adding 3 basically rituals, so you want to take out at least 3 rituals. Maybe we'll go down 1 Preordain. I guess going down a Rain of Filth makes sense if you're taking Cabal Ritual out. Maybe I'm not supposed to take 2 of these out. Just take a Rain of Filth out. This seems fine. If you peer, you can whiff without petals. Okay, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have even taken any of those out. Maybe it's just 2 Cabal Writs and a Rain of Filth. This hand is risky. I think I mull this, because Piff and Tendrils is basically a mull to 5, and then Cabal Ritual really doesn't do much, and then we're just losing to Wasteland. This hand just kind of shrinks. This hand is great. The only question is... do we... yeah, I guess it's not really a question. Well, maybe it is. Like, the question is, do we hold on to the Tendrils? It may seem obvious, like, yeah, we have 4 lands, just bottom of land. But lands are, like, what you want in this matchup. You do eventually want to win, but you can wind up in scenarios where, like, there's a big old fight on the stack, and then you just get them with the natural tendies. They do fetch a bunch. They might even shock themselves from a steam vents. I think I'm going to keep this Tendrils. It's low enough cost. You bottom Tendrils. I think that's respectable and possibly even correct. I think I'm supposed to cast one of these. I just don't know which one. It's fairly likely to get countered. So you Thoughtseize, right? So that you preserve life total? Yeah. I figured it was just going to get flustered. Or maybe I was just supposed to hold it for the whole Tendrils plan. Although since we drew Tutor, I don't think Tendrils is really the plan. But at least it makes it so you can, like, tutor for mana instead of your Tendrils. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not good. I think we wait. You could, like, Duress and then just put them on 1 draw and then hope to draw mana next turn. No, we don't have Ad Naus. And we drew our empty. Weird. Definitely a weird hand. Definitely need a Brainstorm. Though I feel like they probably have a Pyroblast. So they're not doing anything. Another Darcy. And a Murktide. Okay. They have 2 cards. Empty's a bit late at this point. We need mana. That's interesting. So we have a total of 6, right? We can duress down to 5 mana, tutor for Cabal Writ. 5, 3, 6. Flashback is 2, 5, 3, 5. I think this does it. Oh, I think we have to get LED though. Ew, and they have a daze. Right, so if we're going off this turn, we just take the daze and then they have nothing. So we would have to get LED, and then we have like nothing. You have to get LED, and then we flash back. No, it doesn't. have to get LED again, but then we don't have enough mana to come back around again. I think we have to pass here, so we probably shouldn't have duressed. Icy Manip, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to duress here, so we don't have it yet. Tutor, LED, Piff. Yep, in which case, at least at this point, we take Force. We pass. Yeah, straight up pass. So we gotta hope they don't really draw much and we draw mana. We really want Cabal Ritual or Dark Ritual, or Carpet is fine. If not, I guess we can go for it, right? Because now we will have the red. We can get Cabal Ritual. Wasteland is whatever. So land was not the worst here. So we know they have a daze. So we need our red. Whatever. Play LED. Now we play Tutor. Crack 4. Have a red so we can just get black. Not sure if this winds up being enough storm. This is the only thing we can do right now, so let me Cabal Writ. Yeah, we actually want them to daze, right? Nice Wasteland. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we do have enough. Yes, we do. I'm glad I kept that Tendrils. Oh, we don't have enough. Oh, yeah, we do. We have this Bayou, sorry. So we Cabal Writ. Now we Infernal Tutor. Cabal Writ or LED, doesn't matter. Both net 3 mana here. Then we duress. Then we Thoughtseize. Got him! That was tight. We are 2-0. Okay, so hand is fine. Question is, do we go for a basic? Like, sure, it gives us basic swamp, but then we're playing a non-basic, so I think I'd rather... Well, it does protect our black source, though. Yeah, I think we get basic here. And open up on duress, I'm glad I did. So they're going to have a clock that we just have to try to beat here, unless they draw a lock piece. Certainly possible. They do have a lot of them. But more than likely, yeah, we're just getting rabbled. Excuse me. Tony, just got here in the stream, but I have a question. Do you know what's the goldfish on regular Burning Ant? No, I don't. You'd have to ask some of these Ant players that are in the chat. I'm sure they can tell you. I could, like, bust my brain and give a reasonable guess, but do you think you'd eventually branch out into Modern? Yes, absolutely. I will. I mean, eventually I'll branch out into, everything. It's just a little more slow rolling than other content creators, just because obviously I work full time, but I also have 3 kids, so. So I think we're kind of priced into just brainstorming here. It's probably going to be a brainstorm scoop, but hopefully we can find an LED. Not quite. So we're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think next turn we can pull it off. There's no way to do it this turn. Dark Ritual, we can't, like, tutor for the Dark Ritual that we just used, because it's not there anymore. Could, like, Dark Writ, Cabal Writ to 4, tutor 4 Cabal Writ, cast Cabal Writ. I think that's enough for Threshold on the last Cabal Writ, but then I don't think it's enough Storm anyways. Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this does not work anyway. Slice it. So I guess another problem is we can't really go Hellbent. Ponder's got to save us next turn. That's also assuming they don't play a lock piece. Okay, they didn't. Problem with Ant is that sometimes you whiff an Ad Nauseam and get killed by a Dryad Arbor. Now when you say that, is that because you saw the... Like, that literally just happened to me the other night? Or did it happen in the video? Did it happen in the video? Is that why you're... Are you teasing? Yeah, we have to ponder here. It's a Wish Claw. I think that does it. You're against my friend Clog. Yep. It wasn't even necessary. Yeah, it was a whiff, and then it was like a Drago. He plays a fetch and kills me with a Dryad Arbor. Yes. The problem with Pier post Ad Naus is that you don't draw a lot of cards. No, what happened that match? I had to play around Veil, so I had to find the Win and Fluster. So, and my Pier had to find that, the mana for a Win and a Fluster. Yeah, it was a wild game. Okay, so if we get Wish Claw, we're gonna have 4 cards, 5 cards, 6, 7. I think this works. Wait, is Wish Claw even better than Infernal Tutor here? It might not be. So we go up to 3, go to 4, Infernal Tutor, getting another Cabal Writ, and we're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7. So we will have Threshold. So we can go 5, 8, and then we're gonna have Tendrils and Wish Claw in our hand at that point with 8 mana. Wish Claw, 6, 5. We can Ad Naus, or we can just get a spell to cast the Tendrils if Storm is sufficient. Storm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. That's 1 Storm short. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. If we get Infernal Tutor instead, we can tutor Revealing Tutor. Can we though? So we go 3 mana, 4 mana, tutor Revealing Tutor. But then we won't be able to copy our Cabal Writs. Ah! I don't like this. I think we have to Ad Naus, which is fine. Kind of. Okay. So now reveal Cabal Writ, Cabal Writ, Cabal Writ. And this is the point where we can Ad Naus or just barely not get there. We don't have double Tendrils, not that would help. Is there another black spell that could... Just need to be able to cast multiple spells. Damn it. We don't have blue. We could Wish Claw for Wish Claw? Yeah. Okay. Because we have 2 Wish Claws, right? Okay. Okay, Wish Claw. Right? We go to 5. We go to 3. We go to 2. We go to 4. Oh my god. Exact Storm. Exact mana. It's at the bottom. You dummy. You dum-dum. You dum-dum smarty pants. Fucking got him. Oh. We figured it out. We figured it out. I think that was the only line, other than Ad Naus from 10 with a land drop. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so this matchup is pain in the ass. We definitely want these. pretty sure we still want these. I definitely want this. However, I do want my basics. So I think we're just straight up adding it. Carpet, fluster, empty, pure. Pure is that reasonable? I feel like this matchup is pretty much impossible on the draw. Yeah. I like all Storm decks, especially Vintage Cube. Do y'all want Pier over Ad Naus? I think so. Like, they're super aggressive. I don't think we want Preordains, right? I guess Veil can be good against Chalice. I think I want to keep one for that reason. Got like a Ponder and a Arena Filth. I don't know how great discard is on the draw, but nothing is great on the draw. Maybe I have the second Veil over like Thoughtseize. I don't know. We'll go with this. I mean, hand is fine, I guess. It's gonna lose to block pieces. Do your worst. I think on the play we want Ad Naus, so we're hoping to just like draw into a turn 1 Ad Naus. Yep, Chalice and Blood Moon. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm not used to this card being a problem. But I did keep the island in. We have basic island, we have basic swamp. Of course, they have double lock piece, so they're going to follow it up with a threat. No, not quite dead yet. Okay. OP does more nothing. We do more nothing. We are working towards threshold. We have no way to cast Veil through this, so it's funny that we can actually cast this, like, with red mana. I don't know. I don't know what to get rid of here. Maybe one of the Cabal Writs was right, but unlikely to matter. Alright, here is the threat. They got their third mana source. Threat number 2. We're in trouble. Okay. Do we have any draws? Ooh, absolutely not. Okay. So, on the play, I think we actually want Ad Naus. Then we want our Thoughtseize back in. Veil comes out. So what does this hand do for us? It allows us to Thoughtseize them, of course. We have mana. We have no action. We do have an Abrupt Decay that we can cast, although if they have like multiple lock pieces, one of which being Blood Moon, we're going to be off of green. Do I just mull to a more aggressive hand? There are 2 Dark Rituals, so although since we have this Past in Flames kind of stuck in our hand, Infernal Tutor isn't even a great draw. And yet it's one of the cards that we almost need. I'm not in love with this hand. Like, it needs action and LED. Or at least the Wish Claw. Okay. I think I like this more. Problem is we want basic island, but that takes us off of Abrupt Decay. Yeah. I mean, I think I keep this. This feels really bad. Trinisphere is also bad. I think I'm supposed to mull more aggressively. Could just brainstorm with this. Bottom Ad Naus. What if we find like Petal plus LED? Then we can Ad Naus. Pretty small chance though. Yeah, I'm gonna hope there's no Blood Moon. I'm gonna bottom the Ad Naus. We're gonna Ponder. It just feels so bad to like play non-basic, cantrip, pass the turn, but I guess that's kind of the life you live in this matchup, right? So I guess we're going Underground Sea. No, that's not true. We go Trop because we want green for Abrupt Decay, but we also want to be able to potentially cantrip into a discard spell next turn. I mean, those are good. Those are definitely good. I guess I'd play LED out, right? Just play a Rabble Master. Chalice on 1 is totally cool. Totes cool, bro. It's fine. Just, you know, that's it. Oh. Okay. Alright. No Blood Moon. Pass. No. Alright. At least it's not a lock piece. Although this is certainly making Ad Naus worse. Opponent loves to have fun. They've chosen the fun deck. Can't get a basic. Have to hit Trinisphere. Come on. Okay. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, 6. So we can Ad Naus from 11. We did not bring in empty. I think we're supposed to brainstorm. Like Ad Naus from 11 with 1 black floating and a land drop, but with the Chalice in play, that might actually just be correct. Like brainstorm hitting a 0 sucks, obviously. We would want it to hit Dark Ritual, and if it did, we go up 1 mana. Cabal Ritual, 4, 5, 6. Cabal Ritual would be potentially great, actually. Or like Chain of Vapor plus LED is fine. Or do we just take the guaranteed? I don't think it's good enough. I think we're priced into brainstorming. Not necessarily. I think it's respectable to just go for Ad Naus with 1 floating plus a land drop in the face of a Chalice on 0. It's also possible they have Pyroblast, which would be devastating. Yeah, that was probably the kicker to not go for brainstorm. For me, that would actually tip it towards that being just incorrect. I kind of said it as I was doing it. So now it'd be Ad Naus from 11 with a land drop. Oh. So if we leave up green, if we hit Veil, then our 0s become heroes. Could also brainstorm again. When I say leave up green, I mean don't leave up anything because we can't, but a land drop that makes green. Bayou or fetch. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, the other thing was go for another brainstorm, but I don't think that's going to do it. Petal's a good start if we can find green source plus our Veil. There's a green source. Cabal Ritual. Oh! I think we did it. So we got a 2 off of Delta. Cast Veil. Petal. Cabal Ritual goes up to 5. Duress goes down to 4. So we need more. Or no, we don't. Wait, we have this Wish Claw. So Cabal Ritual goes up to 5. Wish Claw goes to 3, 2. We need 1 more mana. I think we need 1 more mana. But we only have 2 life to work with, so it has to be like LED, Petal, which we only have 2 of. Dark Ritual. Storm is 5, and they're only at 13. I think I got it. I think we can... So Delta, Bayou, Veil. Petal. Cabal Ritual's 5. Nope, that doesn't work. Can't get another Cabal Ritual with Infernal Tutor because we won't have a Cabal Ritual after using it. 5. Wish Claw. 3, 2. Fuck. Yeah, we gotta go more. We cannot pass in Flames. We don't have the mana. Ah! So now we have to hit Bayou. Actual Bayou. No problem. Okay, we hit the LED. So all we have to do is hit actual Bayou. It's a 1 in 37. We got it. No problem. I'm going to go insane if it hits. Right? Because there's no other... Yeah. Nope. Where was it? Got a Swamp. Oh, Swamp would have done something. Wow, we were 1 card away. Swamp would have done it. Ah, we were one card, right? No, Swamp would not have done it. Swamp would have went 3, 6. Swamp would have been 1 away. Well, provided we could flip that Dark Ritual, which we couldn't anyways because we were at 1. Wow, that was close. That was close. His hand is maybe suspect, but plays around Wasteland, has plenty of mana, but it's likely going to need protection and action, neither of which we have. I'd like to stop drawing mana. I don't think it was marginal from 11 life had we not brainstormed. Although it may be true that if the brainstorm hit, that it was better. But I think it was very likely that they had Red Blast. So that's an Ad Nause, followed by a Tutor. So I think this is going to be like an end step Ad Nause, untap, kill you with Tutor situation. Fucking main deck counterbalance. Like, okay. I mean, this is pretty tilting. What are the odds they don't have a 0, 1, or 2? They could even have a 5 on top. They could just have a Force on top. 1, 2. I don't think they would even flip for a Petal, to be honest. Alright, so this is a 0 on top. We could go Rain of Filth, which would put us... There's no way to get Hellbent. Like, Ad Nause now would mean we're just trying to craft, like, a really good 7. I'm going to go all in. I think it's a really slim chance, but probably our best chance. This at least gives us 1 floating, turns on Dark Ritual. And it's totally reasonable if they had a counterbalance in their opener to have kept something that didn't have anything else. But they might have a Force. Aha. Come on, Dark Ritual. There's a Dark Writ. And a Wish Claw, so we just need more rituals. Like Dark Writs and Cabal Writs. Oh, it's a Veil. We don't have a land drop. Don't actually have ways of making green mana. Storm is 4. There's another ritual. I think that does it, right? 3, 4. I mean, we keep going anyways, but Natty Tendies is good. So we play all of our zeros, couple Dark Writs, and kill them. 3, 4, 8, 9. Yeah. Seems good to me. Unless they have a Daze, that's possible. They do not. Oh, man. Fucking got him. Get that counterbalance out of here. Oh, man. Pretty sure they're on Stoneblade. I don't think I want Chain of Vapor. I want the Abrupt Decays. I think I want Otawara. I think I want Carpet. Oh, I'm not on empty. I'm forgetting they're on Stoneblade. So for the longest time, they're just on straight blue-white control, which they might be, but pretty sure there's a Batterskull involved here. Hand is fine. Could be a trap. Could definitely be a trap. That was pretty good. I don't think I want to cast Carpet yet. I probably should. Well, no. 1 lander. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I do want to cast Carpet. If they only have 1 land. Maybe not, though. It's not like Carpet is very good against only 1 island anyways. I think I'm supposed to brainstorm. Not going to worry about basics as much. Do I want double green? Do I want my red source? Probably not. I think C is fine. No protection. I don't think we need both of these Infernal Tutors. 3, 4, 5. We could have, like, tried to add Nause right here. I don't think that would be great. I think we're supposed to ponder Carpet. Thoughtseize is perfect. Huh. Considering they haven't made a land drop and have done nothing, I would imagine they have double interaction here, so I'm not going to try for like a ritual into Thoughtseize. I think that just means I'm supposed to Carpet pass. Let it go. They just scooped. Okay, easy game. So, what are you gonna draw? Another ritual, wow. Hey, we're playing against Nathan. Yeah, we'll keep. Hopefully they're not on oops. They mulled to 5. Actually, really, anything they play is kind of a nightmare for us. They usually play either Moon, Stompy, or oops, right? Either of which are pretty bad for us. So they kept on 5. And they said, shit. Maybe he didn't realize it was me and he thinks he's going to get turn 1 now. Huh. Was supposed to mull. Could like go all in on a pedal brainstorm. Or just go Volk brainstorm. Could just ponder. I'm going to go with the... yeah, I'm going to brainstorm. And now we can duress. Maybe I should have just went with the pedal in the first place. A lot of cantrips. I think we just take Ritual here. They kept a bad hand. Although they do have 3 mana. They have no black source. Oh, they can... so they have the action. So they can pact for it. So I guess it's just take pact. Oh, you can only get a green creature card, not black. So this fixes their mana. Or get Spirit Guide. Wild Canter or Spirit Guide. So it's Ritual here, because they can get... if they draw the thing, they can get Cantor to fix, but then they won't have enough mana. Yeah, it's definitely Ritual. I thought Thoughtseize was a spy, and I had win if it was. They drew a black source that they can Thoughtseize us. Okay. So we have another cantrip on top. So we can shuffle, Preordain, Ponder. Let's go Underground Sea. Mr. Atog, thank you for the follow. Ritual and Past in Flames looks like a win next turn, right? If we take these, then we'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tutor. We'll have a blue so we can cantrip once. So that'll wind up being Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the cantrip is enough to kill them. So yes, this is deterministic. Next turn. Might as well ponder. Ad Nose is interesting, but not necessary. Oh, we don't have a LED, so this tutor is not... uh-oh. So we're not going to be Hellbent. We'd have to cast the Veil. Oh, which I think we have enough mana for. Alright, so let's make sure this is deterministic. So we're going to have 3 lands. We're going to have Ritual and Veil in our hand. We're going to have to Veil. So we'll Veil with this. Ritual is 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we will be Hellbent Tutor Tendrils. And that will be Storm. 1 is Veil. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will be enough. Okay, so it is still deterministic. We don't have to add nose. We just gotta fade 1 draw. Which I don't think... I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, they have to draw the thing. They have 4 mana. They did not find it. Awesome. And got him. Well, we love to have you here. Alright, oops, all spells. We want Surgical. We want Fluster. We have to deal with Leyline of Sanctity, which means we might want Chain, and Ottawa is free. We don't want any of this. I mean, Veil is okay. We want the discard. We want to go fast, so these are probably coming out. Yeah, I guess we kind of need Chain, right? We got to be able to bounce Sanctity if they have it. I'm not so sure Veil is good enough, especially not on the draw. You need what? Cut one more? Rain of Filth. Those are probably not going to be... I mean, we're probably just dead. It's probably a game 3 situation. This hand is fine if we survive a turn, which is unlikely, although they did mulligan. Are we really going to just, like, mull to a Surgical that they could possibly beat anyways? I think we keep. If they kept on 7, I would mull. Mull to 5. Uh-oh. Mull to 5. No Leyline. We're dead. Cantor. Black. Dark Ritual. Mana. Let's take a peek. So there's no Leyline. But that's probably... Well, I guess they're expecting Surgical, so they have to play Pact. So they're probably not playing Leyline. Memories Journey. Ball Therapy. I wonder if it changes for them on the play. I mean, on the draw. Right. I mean, it's possible I'm just supposed to mull to the Surgicals on the draw there. I mean, by playing Chain, we're giving up Preordain. Maybe I'll play one Preordain in place of the Chain. Sweet. Turn 1, baby. Well, we have to get there with Ad Naus, but we gotta beat the Leyline. Oh, God. It's so bad. It's so bad. Surgical. So now if we hit a 4, we can't cast Surgical. Even passing here, it's like we're not winning when we untap. Pedal's good. We need LEDs, rituals. We need our Chain of Vapor. There's another pedal. Ball Ritual. So now we're getting there. It's 1, 2, 5. Oh, we still need like an LED or a Dark Ritual at least. Okay. Problem is we can't get blue. Maybe we can with like a double Wishclaw situation. Oh, this is too much. Okay, so pedal. Cabal Writ is 5. We go to 8 with Cabal Writ. We can play both Wishclaws, right? Which puts us to 4. One of them can get LED, which puts us to 7. I'm sorry, 6. One of them can get Past in Flames. I think this works. One gets Past in Flames, which puts us to 5 mana. We Past in Flames. Then we can Writ. 3, double Cabal Writ. 2, 6, 9. Infernal Tutor for LED, make blue. 7, 3 is 10. Infernal Tutor for Chain. 8, 7. Infernal Tutor for... Oh, we'll have Natural Tendrils then. I do not wish to repeat. I believe we win. Wishclaw Talisman is a powerful magic card. Shit. Are we 1 off? Oh, we're 1 off on this line. Can we save it? Shit. No, we're not off. We're not off. Just have to use this first. Derp. It's a close one. That was a close one. I think we got there. Oh, we even have one more Cabal Writ that I wasn't accounting for. So now we go get Lion's Eye Diamond. Then we go get Chain of Vapor. Oh, I suppose they could have a counter, so we just get Otawara, right? We have plenty of mana. Plenty of Storm. No reason not to, right? And then we get them with the Tendies. Get out of that one. Wow. That was wild. That was a wild league, this portion. So, list felt pretty solid. It actually felt surprisingly just better than Grixis, but I haven't played Grixis enough to like really definitively say that. I do think that like I don't know about the like official suite of removal and what it should be. I just know that generally speaking, not everyone, but a lot of lists that I've seen, a lot of people have been just playing, in my opinion, too much removal in the sideboard. I think most people have cut it down to like 7 or 8 pieces, but I think it can be cut down to even 5 or 6. I think 5 is probably good. You could probably, I don't know. This felt good, but the question becomes, well, what the F do you do with your sideboard then? Well, I mean, you could play more surgicals so that you're just better against graveyard decks. You could do all sorts of things. Like, there is absolutely room in this Ad Nauseam sideboard. I don't think it's been used to its full potential. And that is why I actually think, because next we're going to play the 4-color variants that pretty much just play a singleton Burning Wish so that they have access to Peer into the Abyss, so that their Infernal Tutor is a 11 mana Peer into the Abyss. I've seen most of those lists also playing with a Burning Wish package, which I don't think that's good. But I do think it's good to have access to Peer into the Abyss because we have this room in our sideboard, so it's like we should do something with it. And I think that's a reasonable thing. I mean, I think Peer is a fine card to have in your sideboard anyways, to bring it into the main for various reasons, matchup situations, that sort of thing. But I think I like that. And that's pretty much the only difference, right? With the quote-unquote 4-color. It's just playing a Burning Wish. You could play 2 Burning Wish as well, like that, and that could be more correct. I don't know, whatever. But I think it's fine. Like, I think it might even be just optimal. As silly as it looks, simply because you're not losing anything by putting it in your sideboard, because this, like we've gone over many times before, this deck there's just free slots in here, so it's free to do that, and then it makes you can think of it as, people say, oh, 1 Burning Wish, like that's so stupid, what is the point? Your Infernal Tutors are, you know what I mean? It's like you have 5 Burning Wish. Not exactly, but this deck certainly makes more mana than it knows what to do with sometimes, and you can tutor into Peer. Now, what that also opens up, I think, is maybe one other slot that you could play with, and it only makes sense if you do play 2 Burning Wish. I was tooling around with 1 Burning Wish the other night, and the card that I'm talking about is a Grape Shot, right? So that you can actually play around Veil of Summer and just have access to Grape Shot. You need 2 Burning Wish, though, because typically the way that you're going to get up to lethal Grape Shot is by Peer into the Abyss, and if you only have 1 Burning Wish, well, you cannot access both Peer and Grape Shot from within your main deck to your sideboard. So, I don't know. I'm going to whip up a 4-color, whether it be 1 or 2 Burning Wish, I'm not sure. I might just go with the 1 Burning Wish and just see how effective and relevant it is to have access to an 11 mana Peer into the Abyss line with Infernal Tutor. I don't know. That's at least from what I've seen, the reason in which people play the 4-color. Although I will say the individuals who are doing it are there's like a bunch of Japanese players who are doing it, and they're also playing a Wishboard. Like, I've seen like 3 or 4 lists from 3 or 4 different people with the 1 Burning Wish, and they're all playing a Wishboard, which doesn't really make sense to me. Like, sure, I think Meltdown is good and fine, but if you're in a position where you want Meltdown, you're probably not like Infernal Tutoring into your Burning Wish for the Meltdown, right? Like, the effect the efficacy of Burning Wish, a singleton Burning Wish, is dependent upon like a really powerful play. Like that's it's a win. It's a I win button. If I have 11 mana and I'm hellbent in an Infernal Tutor, like I win the game because I'm gonna appear. I don't think it says the same for Meltdown. Or just like Massacre, or I mean Massacre is something, and maybe both of those cards. So it could be this, right? It could be that these individuals are playing Massacre and Meltdown because they're good enough that they want to be bringing them in, and that it has nothing to do with the singleton Burning Wish that they're playing. They could be two separate things, right? You could look at this list and go, "That's stupid. Why would you put the?" That might be correct, or reasonable. Correct is I think Ad Nauseam is in a spot where, and there's enough good cards out there where there's. I don't think there is like a correct thing to do. There are certainly incorrect things to do, right? But I think there's a lot of cool things that you can do, and I think it's possible that it is reasonable to have a Meltdown in your sideboard and have one Burning Wish in your main deck. It could make fine sense, Meltdown's a good card. I wouldn't mind being able to bring it in. I think in the matchups that you would want to bring it in, you're not worried about your Volcanic Island getting blown up either. So, I don't know. I guess those are my thoughts. We had a super fun league. We had a ton of just brain busting moments. I think I only had one semi punt with that casting of a Brainstorm. Other than that, I don't think I punted. Maybe I missed a line here or there, but we did find some really complicated, convoluted lines that resulted in, of course, wins. So can't ask for more than that. If you play Burning Wish, you probably need a sideboard Tendrils. Yeah, I also saw that. See that, and that's what leads me to believe that these lists aren't necessarily big braining the Meltdown as I want this card from my main deck. It just looks like it's in the sideboard package. Although, I mean, if you have a Burning Wish in your hand, it's convenient that you can access stuff. But yeah, I guess it turns your Infernal Tutor, or it turns your. If Burning Wish is your only tutor action, you can still get lethal, and it's horribly inefficient, right? For sideboard spots, right? You look at it and you just go, oh my god, one Burning Wish and a Tendrils in the sideboard, gross, right? And you just dismiss it immediately, that's not something I'm doing. And even two, it's it's still inefficient. But I think given that it is so free that this deck has 3, 4, 5 slots in its sideboard that just don't matter right now, that could be the best thing that you can be doing with those sideboard slots, right? I don't know. I like it. I like the Burning Wish. One might be the thing to do, right? Two could be reasonable as well. I think either are fine. I think once you start getting to 3 or 4, you're kind of pushing into Wishclaw's territory, which we saw on multiple occasions today. The 2 Wishclaw was just oh my god, it was good. Wishclaw's good, very good. I don't think the 1 Tendrils is that bad, but the others, if not, bring them in is wrong. Yes, yeah. If those players are not, ignore the fact that Meltdown is a sorcery, and if those players are not ignoring the fact that it's a sorcery, for the most part, then yeah, I think that is just wrong. Especially for these lists are running 1 Burning Wish, so. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and hope you enjoyed this league. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can scroll down and find the list if you want it for reference. Hit that subscribe button.